What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a good day. So today I thought I'd walk you through what kind of a typical push workout looks for me while I'm working at home, because it's been a while now since I've uploaded a workout video. I'm going to put up the names of the exercises on the screen and the sets and reps when I'm doing the exercise. For some of these exercises I do use resistance bands, which I'll talk about a bit more at the end of the video. I've also added in the dumbbell version and the band version of some of the exercises that I do in the workout, just because I don't know what equipment people have. So when I show the same exercise with bands and dumbbells, just do one of them, depending on what equipment you've got. And yeah, that's it. Let's get into the workout now. So like every workout, I'm starting off with a quick warm-up. This is not how fast I actually did it. This is at ×2 speed. Basically, my warm-up consists of dynamic stretches because they're a lot more effective at getting all your joints and muscles warmed up before a workout than doing static stretch. I do each warm-up exercise just for 30 seconds. Even though it's less likely to get injured at home, you still want to be warming up just to ensure that you don't get injured. Then I do a wall stretch on each side just to stretch out my chest muscles. So before I get into my proper exercises, I like to start off with push-ups. I bought push-up bars just so I can get a deeper stretch on the muscle. If you don't have push-up bars, you can use a book either side and just do the push-ups off a book just to get that kind of slightly better stretch. And yeah, I'm just going all the way to the top and then all the way down just to really focus on getting the muscles working and getting that mind-muscle connection. Next I did close grip push-ups, working my triceps a bit more. Again, just slow, controlled, just getting the muscles warmed up. I prefer doing these over diamond push-ups as well because I find they have similar activation and they're better for my wrists. If you have wrist pain, I'd recommend doing close grip push-ups rather than diamond push-ups. So the best I can do for a kind of heavy compound lift at the moment is a single arm dumbbell chest press. So the most weight that I can put on this is 18 kilograms. Again, just focusing on form, the mind-muscle connection. I think that's really important while we're at home. Just really establishing the mind-muscle connection and really getting your form down with different exercises. Elbows bent in at about 45 degrees, so there's less kind of stress and impingement on your shoulders. And make sure that you're keeping your shoulder blades back, because that's key for stability and to make sure that you're isolating the chest. And then just basically straight up and in an A to B motion. So the dumbbells that I've got at home, I've got 10 kgs each side, 8 kg worth of weights, and each bar is 2 kg. So when I put them all onto one, it's 18 kgs, and then when I put them on the separate bars, it's 10 kg each. It's not ideal, but it's definitely enough to get in some good workouts. Next up, we've got tricep push downs. I'd really recommend getting bands if you haven't got any already. So with these, you want to be keeping your elbows pretty much in place. You can have a little bit of movement forward as you're bringing the weight up and down, but they want to be pretty much locked in place. Then keeping your shoulder blades pinned back and leaning slightly forward. And again, don't rush the exercise, just really squeeze the tricep at the bottom, come up slowly, so you're putting stress on the muscle on the negative part of the rep. So next up, we've got kind of like cable flies with the bands. This is more just to get a pump in the chest and just squeezing the muscle. Yeah, just keeping everything tight and trying not to have any sway in the body, just isolating the pecs. If you don't have bands, you can do chest flies on the floor with dumbbells, just having a slight bend in your elbows, not quite touching the dumbbells at the top because you want to try and keep as much tension on your chest as possible. Just really focusing on getting the stretch on the chest. And yeah, just do one of these fly variations. I was just showing both because I don't know what equipment people have, just to show how to do some of the exercises with the bands or with dumbbells. So next up, we've got a tricep extension on the floor. Just bringing the weight down just before it hits the floor, just so tension's on the tricep at all times, and squeezing at the top. And also make sure to keep your elbows kind of tucked in and try not to flare them out, just because you want to be isolating the muscle as much as possible and getting full range of motion, and you want to be limiting the work that other muscles are doing as well. So next up, we've got a standing low to high chest fly with dumbbells. This is one of my favourite exercises for your upper chest. So with this, you want to keep a bend in your arms again and make sure that you're pushing up with your upper pec and not your front delt, because that's a very common thing that people do. They end up using too much of the front delts in this exercise. So you want to be bringing the weight up and across so your arms level and kind of and so the weight reaches your opposite shoulder. You need to make sure that you're going across enough and not bringing the weight any higher than that, so you're not engaging too much of your front delt. A good way to finish this exercise is just to grab both dumbbells and just do 5 reps after, just to burn out your upper chest. So next up, we've got the overhead tricep extension. You only need a light weight for this. Just make sure that you're getting a full range of motion on this exercise. So going all the way down and all the way up, so you're getting that full kind of stretch on the tricep. I like to kind of hold my side just so my body's in position and my cores tight, and just to make sure that all the focus is on my tricep when I'm doing the exercise. So next up we've got lateral raises, which are probably my favourite exercise for shoulders. I just love doing them. Slight bend in the elbows and slightly bent forward. Again, just controlling the weight, and make sure that you're leading, bringing the weight up with your elbows and coming up to at least shoulder height. And again, try not to swing them too much, controlling the eccentric portion of the movement, just so you're really putting the stress on the muscle. And you can do this with bands as well. I like to mix it up with both, because again, do one or the other, because you can have more you've got constant tension when you use the bands. That's kind of one of the main benefits of using bands for lateral raises or any exercise. So next we've got a single arm shoulder press. I prefer to do single arm because you can just kind of isolate, you can just concentrate on that one muscle a bit more. Just allows you to focus on that mind muscle connection and focus on the exercise rather than doing both at once. Make sure that the weight's coming down at least level with your shoulder as well. Again, make sure you're getting full range of motion. And same again with this exercise. If you don't do, this is just for an example, if you don't have dumbbells, you just have bands. Same again with the bands, elbows down to at least 90 degrees, doing it slowly, going all the way up to the top. That's why I like the bands. Again, you've got the constant tension on the exercise throughout. Finally, one of my favourite exercises for your rear delts, just rear delt raises. A little tip is to put your hands so your palms are facing your body, so that way you're engaging more of you're using more of your rear delt instead of your back to bring the weight up. So yeah, I'd recommend doing that. Just bringing your arms up parallel, keeping them in a 90 degrees position. Then, you know, I was feeling good, had a good pump, so I thought I'd just finish off with a cheeky little flex. Looking good, happy with my progress I'm making, and yeah, that's my workout. I really recommend getting these resistance bands. I got mine for £15 off Amazon. It looks like the gyms will be one of the last things to open here in the UK anyway, so I think it would still be a good investment. I really recommend getting them because they come with up to £150 of resistance, leg straps for leg exercises, a door stopper to put up on to change for different exercises, to put the bands, and then handles. And yeah, it comes with 5 different resistances, and they're really good because you can. They're really good for kind of time under tension on exercises as well. Using them for a mind muscle connection, really concentrating on form for movements, and also the main thing, because they go up to £150 worth of resistance, you can progressively overload with these, so kind of making it harder for yourself with the different bands. So yeah, I'd really recommend getting them if you've got the money. So I hope you enjoyed the video, I hope you found it useful, and I'll see you in the next one.